I put a spell on you. It's 25 past 8. tChester, the chesterblog.com guy, is having a week off this week, so I'm pleased to say it's a welcome return to Angela Ferguson from We Are Chester. Hello, Angela.
Hi, Gavin. How are you?
Great. It's lovely to have you back on. It was the summer, wasn't it? It was hot and sunny when we last spoke.
Yeah, a bit of a contrast. Even though it's nice to see the sun out today, but a little bit cooler.
Just a tad nippy. Just a tad nippy.
Yeah.
So We Are Chester. You can find this on Twitter at We Are Chester. What's going on with the account at the moment?
Right, well, I'm starting to pick things up again after being a bit weighed down and distracted in my personal life doing a university course. So I'm getting stuck back into it and can't wait. And even though there might not physically be lots of performers and people going on the stage at the moment in Chester and across the country, which is really sad, but there's so much innovation and there's lots of stuff happening on the likes of Zoom. Other video chats are available. But there's lots of good stuff happening, and I think it's wonderful because it's enabling us to still meet up, to rehearse, to do projects, and I don't know, there's a lot of talk this year, isn't there, about the battles on mental health with going into a second lockdown and the impact it has on people and loneliness.
Massive.
Yeah. And I think things like this are brilliant. I know sometimes it's not the same. It's nice to have face-to-face interaction.
Well, It isn't the same. I mean, it really isn't. But it's better than nothing. I mean, if this pandemic had happened 20 years ago, we'd have had none of this, and we would have been even worse off than we currently are in terms of mental health. I think as a country. So thank goodness that it is there. And also, I mean, you can't keep good creative types down, can you? And they want to be doing what they do, whether it's acting, performing, making music, performing music, whatever. And this is the only way it can be done at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. There's so much good stuff going on. I mean, I've got to mention Fallen Angels Dance Theatre, who you talked about, Gavin, as well, and they're across the media at the moment. They've done a fantastic project empowering women through dance projects, helping people through lockdown with Zoom meetings. They managed a socially distanced performance at Story House just before lockdown 2.
Yeah, just sneaked it in, didn't they?
Yeah, they did well, didn't they? And the video is going to be shared. I'm going to put it up on the We Are Chester site and do a little piece there. But I've chatted to Claire Morris from Fallen Angels in the past, and they're such a lovely, caring charity, helping people who've had issues with addiction, and they've worked with Chester Sexual Abuse Support Service on this occasion to support a group of 12 women to get together and practice via Zoom. There we go again. It's been invaluable, and the people who've taken part have described it as an emotional release, like a really important part of their lives to help them get through all this. So really, really impressed with that.
Well, groups like that can be absolutely vital for the people involved, can't they?
Yeah, they make such a difference. It's that sense of community and support and family that I think I got when I got involved in the Chester Mystery Play, so I can so relate to it. It makes such a difference when people can be living on their own or a bit of loneliness. I'm all for it. I think it's fantastic.
So you're involved in the Chester Mystery Plays, were you? Was this the 2018 cycle?
Yes, I was in that. I was, who was I? Jesus's kind of auntie, once removed, I think, heavily pregnant.
Oh, big role there. It's better than being the third sheep in the nativity play.
Yes, not a bad one, not a bad one. I've got to mention as well, it was good to see my fellow cast member, God, featuring in the Chester Bid video.
Now that's the role to get, isn't it? God.
Isn't it? Just plain God, yeah. So moving on, because I talked a lot last time, I'm trying to rein it in this time, Gavin.
You're doing well.
Yeah, thank you. Can I also briefly mention something I'm involved in at the moment with another group of people, the Cestrian players? We are working via Zoom to record a radio play called Grandad's Invention, which is a comical story with a bit of jealousy, tragedy and history set in 1914 in a noisy pub, coming through to the 1970s. And there's some Hyacinth Bucket characters, there's some Irish characters. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be on YouTube. And also, rattling through, there's a reading of a second act of a play by local playwright Gail Young, and there's going to be a Zoom get-together as part of TikTok Productions, who I love, their lockdown season of events. So that's more on the website on that if you want to listen in, but that's happening next Tuesday, and it's to do with the experiences of a family going through the Liverpool Blitz in World War II.
Oh, right, that's really interesting. Where can we find that?
Yeah, if you email lockdown at TikTok Productions, go on their website, then you'll be able to sign up for that and sort of watch via Zoom, because that's going to be a really good one. Gail is such a talented playwright.
It's a tip-top jobber, yeah.
Yeah, it is, and it's a nice bit of gritty social history, which I love. You know, people's stories over the years, and you can relate to it and think about your relatives, can't you, when they were going through all that.
Fascinating stuff. Yeah, I saw something on the TV with Ricky Tomlinson about the Liverpool Blitz, and he was talking to a fellow comedian whose name has just escaped me, a Liverpool comedian who was a baby during the Blitz, and it was just gripping viewing. It was on BBC Two. It was one of those things I happened upon accidentally when I threw the telly on one evening quite late, and it was fascinating.
Yeah, I love stuff like that.
Yeah, same.
And then if I can also briefly mention Action Transport Theatre. Now, I know you've got an interview coming up later.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I've met the people at Action Transport Theatre who do Ellesmere Port Christmas dinner. Can I just say, they are absolutely fantastic people. Third year running, they're doing their Christmas dinner, but with a difference. I'll let Jess tell you more about that. But they are amazing, looking after care leaves aged 18 to 25 who otherwise might spend Christmas on their own. So I think, and they're looking for people to help and donate items and support. So yeah, you'll find out more about that later.
Yeah, 10:30. I'm going to talk to Jessica. I mean, I mean, we have a care system in this country that. Probably the biggest problem with it is you get to 18 and that's it, you fall off the system, and then you're to a large extent anyway, or to a certain extent, left to fend for yourself. And at times like Christmas, there's a risk that you might end up being on your own, and without the stuff that we all like around us at Christmas to just, celebrate a little bit. So this group of people make sure that, anybody young, sort of 18 to 25, coming out of the care system, is sort of scooped up and looked after at Christmas, and I think that's absolutely wonderful. And we'll talk to Jessica Egan-Simon about that later on. Are you involved in that at all, Angela, or are you just sort of bigging them up because they're fab?
I'm bigging them up because they're fab, and I've interviewed them and done stuff with them before, and they do great stuff with kids and young people in Ellesmere Port and beyond, so they're absolutely ace.
They really do. So we can follow you then on Twitter at We Are Chester, or I see you've changed your name to We Are Socially Distanced.
Yeah.
I don't like the phrase socially distanced. I think physically distanced is what it should be, because we don't want to be socially distant, we want to be physically distant.
Yeah, that's it, because with the likes of Zoom that we've talked about and video meetups and chats, then hopefully we can keep that contact going, can't we?
Absolutely, and it's more important now than ever, I think. But find out more about what you're up to, and links to all the stuff you've mentioned, etc. at We Are Chester on Twitter.
Yeah, Gav, can I just mention very quickly, so I don't get into trouble, Stuart Evans, local actor and director from Against the Grain Theatre Company. Fantastic to see him starring in Judge Rinder's crime stories recently. He went over to Media City in Salford, so a big shout out and a well done to him
on
excellent. National TV.
Oh, so, we love to see local people on national TV. And whilst you've just mentioned it, it's just reminded me, John from the Chester Lions was on The Chase last night. So big up, John.
Oh, fantastic!
I was messing on my phone, right? The Chase was on, and I thought I recognised that voice. I looked up at the telly, and there was John from the Lions. Yeah.
Oh wow! Must be a really sharp bloke going on that. I'd be terrified.
Well, he didn't get through to the final chase. Let's leave it there. Great to talk to you, Angela. Thank you for the update and all the info.
Okay,
Look after yourselves at We Are Chester. Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye. Bye.